Science says that plants are killing you with anti-nutrient poison, but scripture says that plants are God's provision. Which is it? Here's the bridge. God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant for food. Fruits, veggies, seeds, all God's gifts. But science responds, plants have anti-nutrients, and these are defense chemicals that steal your nutrients, stone your kidneys, and sting your eyes. That's the end of the story, right? Wrong. These anti-nutrients aren't here to hurt you. They're defense tools against parasites, fungi, and bacteria. And when you eat real food with balance and wisdom, those defense tools defend you too. The big boogeyman of the anti-nutrient world is oxalates, right? But oxalates are not a threat. And there is scientific evidence behind this. Oxalates kill parasites. Research consistently shows that oxalic acid disrupts parasite cell membranes, causes vacuolization and organ breakdown. They paralyze nematodes, they reduce egg viability, and they lead to parasite death. Here's how oxalates behave in the human body. When we consume oxalates, they temporarily bind metals, which starves parasites. There are actually bacteria in your gut, okay, that eat oxalates and it helps them grow. And when these gut bacteria outcompete parasites, it makes your gut microbiome hostile to parasitic invasion. Contrary to popular belief, oxalates from food don't cause kidney stones in the context of a balanced mineral intake, adequate hydration, and consumption of other plant compounds. And that brings us to our next anti-nutrient, so-called, which is phytate, right? Phytic acid. You can find phytic acid in things like beans, chickpeas, for example. All right. And here's the thing that they won't tell you. When you have phytic acid present in your diet along with oxalic acid, they actually balance each other out. You cannot get kidney stones if you have adequate phytic acid in your diet. Okay. So the idea that oxalates are going to give you kidney stones is false, because if you're eating a balanced diet, you'll never get them. You just won't. Medical industry is not going to tell you that, because no money in telling you to eat plants to keep your body healthy. Plants have a full chemical toolkit to survive parasites, and these so-called anti-nutrients are not harming us. They're performing the exact function that God designed them for. That's why diverse plant consumption is associated with lower inflammation, lower infection rates, reduced parasite burden, better metabolic and cardiovascular health, and more favorable gut microbiome profiles. A diet rich in oxalates, phytates, tannins, saponins, phenols, acids, and terpenes is not a threat to human health. It's a fortress for it. The narrative that plant compounds are anti-nutrients is not just outdated, it's scientifically incomplete. In a balanced whole foods diet, oxalates and their sister compounds are not liabilities, they're natural antiparasitic assets.